Yes, I am also doing this again as another Q&A. So, if anyone wants to see me here on live, now would be the time to hop on. Anyone? Anybody? All right. Well, if you're gonna hop on the live, welcome to the channel and to the live stream. So, all right. I guess I'm just gonna start because it looks like this is gonna take a while here. Okay, so I'm gonna start with. I know how to spot a scam from a mile away. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, what is that exactly, and how can you do that? Well, I can do that several ways. One, there are several types of different scams, and I'm going to cover them all for you very quickly, or the types that I can spot, needless to say. So, scam number one. If you ever get a fake phone, or if you ever get a phone call by the fake IRS, where these people claim to be the IRS that they're actually not, red flag one, they're not the IRS. Red flag number two, they'll try to tell you something like you owe them $10,000, which is a bunch of BS because you actually don't owe them anything, or $10,000 or more is what they'll try to tell you. Yeah, that's red flag number one with that scam. And red flag number two, they'll try to tell you a bizarre amount of money. They'll even try to tell you that they're going to take legal action against you. They're going to try to have you arrested and all this junk. So whatever. But yeah, that's obviously it's a scam. And I know how to spot those type of scams from a mile away. Now, the next scam is... Wait, these things keep falling off. So the next scam is scam number two. In other countries like... Oh, hello. Welcome to the live. So now in these other countries like Nigeria, it must be okay for them to scam the people in the U.S. That's another scam. Red flag one, they're from Nigeria. Red flag number one. Red flag number two is that they will literally try to tell you and persuade you several ways to send them money. They'll even try telling you that they're someone famous or a famous person who had passed away a long time ago or recently. Or they will also try to tell you something like that, oh, they're going to persuade you, they're going to fall in love with you, they want to marry you, they want to do other things with you. They're only doing that just to get money from you. So don't fall for that. But you know what? I don't understand how it must be okay in their country for them to scam people in the U.S. That's obviously a broken system, and I'm pointing that out right now. I just can't believe that's how people will literally try to do anything to actually scam people out of the U.S. like that from Nigeria. That's a problem. And obviously, with a broken system, nothing's being done about that. So now, scam number three, which I actually wound up in this situation, which was horrible, by the way. So, these platforms like Amazon, Walmart, and eBay, just to name a few specifics. Yes, even though majority of the stuff you purchase online is all third-party sellers, there are still some good third-party sellers out there. There's also some bad ones. So these third-party sellers are allowed to sell on these platforms like Marketplace, like Walmart Marketplace, Amazon Marketplace, whatever. Now, I had placed an order for something. This third-party seller lied to me. They lied to Walmart. And they also lied to FedEx. They tried saying that they delivered a package when they never did. And I looked back at my doorbell camera, checked everything on my end, and could find absolutely no proof of this delivery ever happening. So that's how I knew it was a scam and a lie. So Walmart, I literally had to be persistent to get my refund of my own hard-earned money back, which I did by being persistent. And the third-party seller was actually banned off Walmart's platform from the marketplace after all that. So now, a little tip. FedEx will not speak to you because you're the person who's supposed to receive the delivery. They will not speak to you because you're not a paying customer to them. The third-party seller is a paying customer to them. Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I was told, actually. So I figured I'd just share that tip. And that's actually what happens, and that's how it actually goes on. And I just can't believe that all actually end up happening. So therefore, you know what? Those are the type of scams that I'm talking about. Therefore, those are the scams that I know how to spot from a mile away. And I just hope that what I just said actually helps so you don't wind up in this situation yourself, or maybe you have wound up in that situation, but just know you can always fight back to get rightfully back what is yours in the first place. So don't be afraid to fight back. I wasn't, clearly. But you know what? That whole thing, I learned a lot of things. So after I got my refund back from Walmart, what I ended up doing was I ended up getting a different item that was a similar item. And I ended up having the Walmart Express order for the item. And so when you buy an item online from Walmart, you need to make sure of a few specific things. One, the item says sold and shipped by Walmart. Item has to be sold by Walmart, and the item also has to be shipped by Walmart. That's actually the best way you can prevent being scammed like I was. So yeah, I honestly just hope that was a very, very helpful tip with the whole ordeal of what had actually happened. But I mean, feel free to ask questions if need to be. This is also a Q&A, and you can get answers, but all you have to do is just ask a question, and I will answer it for you if you want to know more about that. So another thing, but yeah, you're probably wondering, well, how did you learn all this to spot these scams? I've just been watching these type of scams all for a while now to figure these things out. So now, figuring this stuff out, let me just put it like this. When I was scammed, I did a lot of research, and a ton of it, to figure this all out. So now, that's actually the point of this. This is what I wanted to talk about and cover. So now, you can actually find out more about this. You can do research. I have a whole video on YouTube about the whole thing and what had happened, of how I got scammed. So I recommend you watch that video to learn more about things of like what had happened to me. That way, so it does not happen to you. You're probably saying to yourself, oh, well, it's not going to happen to me. Yes, you may be right on one hand. You also may be wrong on the other hand. So meaning there's a chance that could happen to you, which, God forbid, I hope that does not actually end up happening to you, but I'm just saying that it could. That's all I'm saying. But, I mean, yes, it's probably horrible if it happens to you, which, I could understand and see why it'd be horrible, but let me just put it this way. When I was scammed like that, from a third-party seller marketplace on Walmart's platform, the app. It caused literally a lot of stress to the point that no one really understood. So if anyone wants to, feel free to have any questions, I can answer them. Does anybody want to ask questions? Anyone? Who can't see? Well, if someone could not see, I wouldn't actually have to, they wouldn't actually have to see me in order for me to actually explain it. Actually, I could simply talk to them and just tell them what had happened and how to prevent that so something like that does not end up happening to them. So that's how I could answer that. I hope that helps with your question, and I hope you like the answer. Now, does anyone else have any questions or anything? Oh, okay. You're only an alcoholic on the weekends. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's good for you. Although I don't really see how that was actually a question. Actually, it does count only because if you're too drunk to not realize that it actually happened until after when you were sober, then it would count then. But other than that, it probably really wouldn't count, actually. But if you were sober and then realized you were scammed, you would probably be really pissed off and really upset or very angry that you got scammed in the first place. Well, yeah. I mean, I could see that happening to where someone tried to scam you like that. Oh, if that was me in that case, I would have probably have contacted an attorney slightly after. Just a little advice. That's probably what I would do. Now, does anyone else have any questions that they can get an answer to? Anyone? Anybody? Okay. Huh, that's so interesting how it'll show numbers and then it'll just suddenly drop. Okay, whatever. That's fine too. Now, does anyone else have a question or an answer? I will definitely try to answer the questions as best as I can. So please feel free to ask. But you know what? Maybe it's time that we should all literally try to somehow maybe get a law in place that for countries like Nigeria, that it's not okay to scam people in the US. There really should be a law against that. But unfortunately, it's such a broken system. I do not honestly see that happening at all. I really don't. But then again, hi there. But how can a broken system actually be fixed? Well, in order to fix a broken system, there would have to be a law in place, actually, I would put this law in place to where it's illegal for people in Nigeria to try to scam people in the US. I honestly think that a law like that needs to be in place, but it's kind of hard to do with a system that is literally already broken. It's so hard to fix a broken system like that. Not from England. I can try to speak English with you. Oh, thank you. But I just don't understand how a broken system does not see a problem with people from Nigeria scamming people in the US. I just do not see how there's no law against that. So I'm thinking that in their country over in Nigeria, they must think that it's okay to scam people from the US. I really do. Honestly. I do. I really think that that's the whole logic behind it. Well, yeah. I mean, you could just report it to like local law enforcement, like the police, stuff like that. I'm actually American, but I know I talk a little too fast. I know. It's just a habit. It was something that I did when I was really young, and that habit kind of just stuck ever since then. But like I said, I mean, yeah, you could report in the US that you were scammed by somebody in Nigeria. Yeah, you can report it to local law enforcement, but yet don't expect nothing to be done about it. Because, like I said, the system is already so broken that nothing will actually be done. But I just wish that there was honestly a way to fix a broken system, which I'm sure a lot of you do as well. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you like America. And the way they speak is cool. It is, actually. But anyway, I don't think that it would hurt to go in and fix a broken system. I would literally be happy if there was a law in place to fix this broken system to where these people in Nigeria stop scamming people in the US. That needs to be illegal, and a stop needs to be put to it. But you know, these scams are growing and growing more every damn day. You can say your favorite because, like, almost everyone says in another way. Well, anyway, besides all that, so it's just these people, these scammers, no matter where they're from, they're getting smarter and smarter every day. They could even use AI generated things. Yeah. Also, like fake calls, robocalls, scam calls, stuff like that, too. There really needs to be a law put in place to stop all these scams. But yet, that has not happened because the system is so broken that it must be okay to get away with it. Well, let me tell you something about that, too. If that was anyone in America / in the US, if you tried to scam someone in the US, or say if the US was scamming Nigeria, oh, it would be illegal then. But the way that it actually works, apparently it's legal to do that in a broken system. So it's just, I have a real problem with that whole ordeal. 1 p.m. right now. Oh. Well, where I am, it's actually 6:12 p.m. 6:12 p.m. right now. But I just think that all these scams need to stop, and that a law needs to be. And no, it's actually 6:12 p.m. 6 o'clock in the evening. Oh, that's all right. Hey, that's fine. No worries, no worries, no worries. But I just don't understand why all these scams are so legal instead of having a law to put in place to make them illegal. And a lot of time, these scammers hardly ever, never get caught, which is another issue, to be honest with you. That's another thing that needs to stop immediately. But yet, some of my videos, sometimes I don't think people take things seriously. That's another problem too, right there. And there's something else I'm going to also say on this live stream. So everyone please listen up and pay attention carefully to what I am about to say next. So if you're a YouTube content creator, such as myself, you actually have to do one of two things. You have to, at one point, be verified to make sure that you're actually a real human and not a fake bot or an AI generated video. But yet, to make sure your videos are not AI generated, but yet YouTube's system actually uses AI technology to make sure that videos are not AI generated. So they're using one AI to detect another one. That sounds like a double standard to me, right there. What is your favorite color? Mine is real blue. Mine is actually navy blue. Is my favorite color, actually. And it's just interesting how YouTube is so double standard for content creators. But yeah, I had to do a YouTube audit, and I just don't understand how other YouTube content creators who may or may not have had to do an audit on their YouTube channel, that they do not ever say anything about that on their channel or in any of their videos. I have a problem with that too. That's another broken system too, if you ask me. And therefore, I'm not afraid to say that. That's another thing. You know, if other content creators have to do that, they need to say something about it in their videos on their channel. But no, they don't have to. Well, you know what? They should. If you ask me. So therefore, yeah, that's another thing. And it's just interesting how a lot of things end up happening the way that they do. So, anyway, so how I was able to get my refund from Walmart after being scammed, I called Walmart, and they said they were going to look into it, file some paperwork, ban the third-party seller, which they did, but I had to call back. So some time goes by, a couple days, I call back. They didn't want to give me my refund, but I just kept being persistent until I got it. How can you read the chat when you're filming? I'm actually doing a live stream right now, so that's how I can read it. Because it appears at the bottom of the screen to where I can actually see it. So how I got my refund back from Walmart when they did not want to give me my refund. So I just kept being persistent until I got my refund, because I was not going to back down, and I was not going to let it go until I got my refund. That's for sure. So therefore, that's how I was able to get my refund back from Walmart. I just can't believe I had to do all this legwork, literally, just to get my own damn hard-earned money back, which I also thought was a bunch of bullshit, by the way, too. Oh, I will be real. You want me to be real on YouTube? I will be real with the live streams with things. Do Americans say apartment or flat? Majority of the people actually have apartments. I mean, there are some flats that are available in apartment buildings in America. They also have, in some areas in America, they also have something called a mobile home trailer, like a single wide or a double wide, where it's a one-floor structure where everything's on one floor and you don't really have to climb stairs. Which I'm sure mobile homes may be all over the world. I don't know if some places may have them or may not have them. In America, my favorite food is actually pizza, believe it or not. So, I was kind of hoping the questions would just stick to the basic how to spot a scam from a mile away. But that's all right. That's fine. So, I literally, after I got my refund, I had to do a Walmart Express delivery order to get the item that was actually sold by Walmart, and it was also shipped by Walmart. Oh, you're fine. Oh, that's all right. No problem. No problem, no problem, no problem. Well, that's all right. Hey, it's no problem. It's no problem at all. Hey, that's all right. Hey, I get it. You're curious. You want to know. You want to ask these questions. I get it. I'm actually happy that you're actually asking these questions, because when I've tried to do lives before to do a Q&A, nobody wanted to watch my lives or watch my channel or have nothing to do with it. Oh, also, please subscribe to my channel. That tells YouTube's algorithm that you actually like the video. Also, be sure to share the video. Be sure to also be sure to comment, and also be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you if you have already subscribed to my channel. So I'm trying to get my subscriber count to go up. Also along with my watch time. Oh, it's another thing that's an issue, apparently, with YouTube. I don't know. At one point it was up to like so many hours, and then it suddenly just dropped on its own or whatever. I don't know. That's a whole nother issue that I don't want to get into right about now. Oh, really? I did not know that. That's interesting. But you know what? If you were to ever go to the US on like vacation or something, if you've seen how things really are in the US, I guarantee you'd be saying to yourself, wow, I can't believe this is so much different from where I actually live in Germany. You would probably say that to yourself. But there are things in the US that are, there are just a lot of things that I do not personally agree with. Oh yeah, there's also some hidden, dark, scary things in the US too. That's another issue. Like, for example, in the US, there is an old, abandoned, former TB hospital, asylum, sanitarium, or sanatorium thing that's very old and very abandoned, which is also very old, and it's also very, very haunted. That place has a very bad, dark history. Well, God, it was opened as a former TB hospital. for amongst many years, and a lot of bad things happened there, and very dark bad things happened. But yet the place is still standing, even though it's old and abandoned and permanently closed. But to this day, the place is still literally standing. So if you were to actually come to the U.S., it's actually a really cool place to check it out, though. Who knows, you may experience something paranormal. You never know. Or you could experience nothing. Or maybe if you were to take some pictures or something, you may see something creepy in the pictures. You also may not. It's just hard to say. That's just one of the things to do in the U.S. Well, that's one of the things to do. But the area that I'm from in the U.S., there's really not a whole lot to do. That's like, yeah, there's some regular fast food chains, but yet I've heard that the further you travel out, there's more. Because the area that I'm from specifically, there's one area not far from me to where they only have just the basic places, and that is it. Which I have a problem with. Because that's like another area that's about an hour or so from me or more, has all these different places and different food places and different things. Yeah, that is a whole nother thing. But then again, I'm just not surprised that there's like things in the US that some places have the same, and then there's also like other countries and other things that they have specifically that the US actually doesn't have, which is another thing, which is also an issue for me. Yeah, but that's the problem with living up in the US, believe it or not. And there are certain parts of the US that are actually very cold, or very cold areas to live in. Always cold, always freezing. And then certain time of the year in the summertime, it's also very, very hot in the US. Majority of the time. But you know what? I think I'm going to end this live here, and I will probably see you all in the next video. Bye.